Hello everybody and welcome back to the early access version of Farming Simulator 25. We have the Merlot here, which is going to be used quite a bit today because we have mushrooms. Yes, we've passed through the months to January. We're actually going to probably pass through the months until March because we don't have a great deal to do in the winter. But yes, as you can see, we've got lots and lots of mushroom pallets ready to go. We're going to be selling these. Some leaves on the road as well. Still some leaves left over from autumn. But we only have one problem, and that is that we don't have a flatbed trailer. I was looking around for a car trailer, can't find a flatbed car trailer, like the one that was in 22. So we can either use this and stack it high, or we could take out another loan and go for a bigger flatbed trailer, or we just drop them into there, but that wouldn't be super realistic. So I think we'll try with the machine that we've got as we own it. We can put the back down. It's quite cozy in here. Yeah, I don't know. We'll just have to see how it goes. We'll load it up and try and take them over to the sell point in this. Get into our Merlot. And we'll back up around the corner. It looks so small. Yeah, well, I can see myself tipping over in that. I try not to, but you know what I'm like. I always say, I think this will happen, and then I do it anyway, and that certain thing which I mentioned happens. Anyway, we have got here our two types of mushrooms, enoki mushrooms and oyster mushrooms. I'm going to try and go 4 high. Oops. Yeah, I'll try. It goes from bad to worse. Yeah, I'm going to try and go 4 high if I don't demolish everything in the process. Right, we'll go with this one. Well, actually, if there's no more spawn, I'll try and go 5 high, but I think that's already pushing our luck. You can't get past if I go forward a bit. There we go. We'll try again. So it looks like we do have 5 pallets in total, which means that if I'm very careful, I can stack 5 high. Actually, what we could do is we could put 2 in first, then strap them, and then put the other 3 in. I'm guessing it is designed to take the width this way. Let's just see. Oh, I feel like I'm going to crush it like a grape. You poor thing. No, I'm going to have to go around the other way. I really have overestimated this little machine. I'm sure it's an absolute beast, but when you try and stick 5 pallets of mushrooms on it, it's never going to end well. Ah, joy. Right. So it probably can't even take 1 then. Let's be honest. Let's floor it and... well, we'll keep it for now. But I think I'm going to have to upgrade this little monster in the near future. There we go. So as we can't afford a trailer, I think what I'll do is I will just take them on the telehandler again. Well, I did try it again, just to see, and actually I reckon we could do 2, but 3 really is pushing it. So if we take 1 off, then we'll give it a go. Do we have a self-unloading feature? Probably not. I'm not going to do that, because I know that if I do, we'll end up with 2 on the ground. So we'll just take the other one next time we're passing. Yep, that's already looking a lot more stable. So what I'm trying to do is repay the loan, because then if we've repaid the loan, we're not going to incur monthly fees as we pass through to February and March. Yep. So yeah, it looks like 1 pallet, no problem at all. 2 pallets, yeah, you're really pushing it, but it looks like if you're careful, it will work. Plus you get to do a wheelie continuously. There we go. It's nice to use this because it has been sat around for this whole series and it's not done anything at all because I haven't really had a use for it. But now I do. But what I really need is a flatbed trailer. This is a stepping stone to getting a flatbed trailer. And I think, to be honest, for its size, this thing is amazing. Absolutely amazing. Oh, this is like a drop slide. Whee! Hooray! And we can probably go faster than what it's supposed to do. Now, I do have the gold New Holland Combine and the MacDon Swather. Only problem is we haven't actually got a use for either of them at the moment, but I will get them into the series out of the way. I will get them into the series as soon as possible. I think I just went down a one-way. Yeah, most of this town is a one-way. Quite rightly. But there you go. We've made it once again to the sell point. I think Enoki mushrooms are worth less than the other ones. I'm not too sure. I think the oyster ones are worth more. But there you go. Delivered. £3,424 to all these delicious food restaurants here. They're buying all of our produce. Look, spinach. Well, they will do. We haven't grown the spinach yet, but we will get that into the ground hopefully this year. Crunchy greens, fresh vegetables, tasty fruits, organic produce. We'll hopefully get some chilies growing as soon as possible as well. We need to get some greenhouses, or some more greenhouses. So yeah, this is where it all comes to. Oh, he's admiring my my beautiful vehicle. He likes it. He likes it. Well, you're not having it. I think I underestimated this vehicle. After saying I overestimated it, I think I underestimated it. Because it's just carried 2 full pallets. Must have been quite heavy. Yeah, it looks like the weeds have gone dormant for the winter, but I'm sure they'll be causing chaos again in the spring. We do need to spray them off, but unfortunately we can't afford to spray and we can't afford herbicide at this stage. Now is my opportunity to repay the small loan that we have. It's not very big. So finances, repay. We now have no loan. That's how it needs to stay. So we actually have in the bank £6,693. I believe we're now ready to move on to March, because we have some drilling to do. Let me just double check and see when we need to be putting these things in. So we are definitely doing long grain rice, and the first drilling month for that, in fact the only drilling month for that, is April. I'm also hoping to do spinach. It's just on our scale of farm, I'm not too sure if it's worth it because of the machine price. So we might have to hold off the spinach, but we might be able to do a contract for somebody else, hopefully. That would be good. And then, well, actually, I think all of our paddy fields are probably going to be long grain rice. So we'll get those done. It will just leave one field. And I'm not too sure exactly what I'm going to put into there yet, but it might end up being something like oats, possibly. The truck that we have, the Dragon, can be reconfigured into a bale trailer. So if we can get another trailer, well, if we can get a trailer for the tractor, then we could keep this as a permanent flatbed. And it looks like it's free, actually. It looks like it's free to do that. Interesting. I probably will do that in the future. There is also the Fendt Cargo telehandler, which I've never seen before, actually. I've never seen one of these in real life. So that's new to me. I've seen the others, though, I believe. And yeah, definitely seen these. Mega wheel loaders. Brilliant things. Hopefully one day we can get one of them. But anyway, yeah. What we're going to do now is sleep. We need to get to March. But we might then sleep to April because of the drilling time for rice. Welcome to April. We have got leaves on the trees again. Everything's looking lush, including the weeds. But yeah, unfortunately, this year only, hopefully, this field will have to go with weeds in it because we just can't afford weeders or sprayers. Also, rollers. The cheapest roller I discovered is pretty expensive. There's no small roller. Let me just find it on here. There we go. Yeah, cheapest is 46,500, the Vodestad. So, yeah, we're going to have to keep saving for a lot of these different machines. But anyway, my plan is to head over to a workshop. I don't think we have one here, do we? It looks like a workshop. I don't think it is. There's no tools. Yeah, so we'll reconfigure the truck We've got a few more pallets of mushrooms, which is good. We've still got water in the mushroom production. We'll get them sold to bring a bit more money in. So off we go, truck. I don't think I can see a workshop. No. No, so we're going to have to go to the store where they can hopefully help us out. We need a different bed. We need a flat bed. But I think it's the right thing to do. That looks like a good workshop. Can we go inside? Do they have a window? No, no entry. No entry. But it's fine, because we can still have our work done here. Customize. Oh, actually that'd be handy. I mean, a trailer hitch, yes. I've actually wanted a trailer hitch. Bale trailer. Yeah, I think bale trailer. That makes perfect sense. And yeah, that obviously is £500 because of the trailer hitch modification. Otherwise it would have been free. Perfect. That's all we need. That's all we need to transport our mushroom pallets and IBCs and bags of fertilizer and seed and stuff like that. Let's go. It's a speedy truck. So if you want to know my goals for this series, the upcoming episodes, I want to get everything drilled, every single field, and then obviously want to harvest them just a few months later, but also we're targeting building a shed, hopefully from scratch, and getting animals. We want to get goats or something like that. There's also water buffalo. As always, I will be trying to get the new animal types first before we get sheep or cows. So I think water buffalo and the goats would be wonderful. Oh, look at that. So much more load space. It's just unfortunate I have to block the road whilst doing this, but I'm sure people can be patient. So we'll get them loaded and we'll get them sold. And I'll see you back here where we're going to be drilling some long grain rice. Wow. So my telehandler tracks from 2 episodes ago are still here. That's amazing. So the ruts don't seem to disappear. And if they do, it's over a long period of time. Anyway, we've got some water there. 86%, I don't know why it wasn't 100. I must have moved out of the sea or something. Anyway, yeah, that's still good. Now actually, the production doesn't need that much more, so this should be more than enough. But absolutely loving the idea of turning this into the flatbed. Much better. And we now have £13,000. And it's snowed. Well, the snow appeared. Yeah, it must be chilly. So much for me doing some drilling. Got these pink blossom trees as well, which are very beautiful. Yeah, so this snow might be a problem. Transferring water. Wow, they did take it all. They must have used more than I thought when we last rested. Okay, well, we'll be doing another journey over to the sea anyway. I'm putting salt water in here. Yes, we need some kind of desalination plant, although we were supposed to be using the placeable water, but it charges you for the water, so I'm sort of against doing that because we don't have the money for it. Right, so drilling. Yes, I'm supposed to be drilling. We might have to cultivate first and hope that the snow melts. So let's get the tractor over here. We do have the green bean field to cultivate. But in this month, we do need to get everything done. We need to put oats, I think it's going to be oats in that field over there, and we need to get long grain rice put into the paddy fields. As for the green bean field, well, I think, again, it'll probably be oats, I would imagine. I think at this stage we'll have to keep the contracts for the machines, for the crops that require expensive machines. That's the best way, because then we can borrow the machines and it won't be too expensive to borrow them. Now this field is absolutely perfect for GPS, so let's get that onto steering assist. One lap around the headland, I think that's all we need. Everything else should be absolutely fine, so we'll OK that. And yeah, I wouldn't even do the headland probably in a field like this because it's just so big anyway. So to kick things off, let's just go down here. I would just go up and down. Run our way. Yeah, the snow makes it a bit tricky to see where the field boundary is. Luckily GPS knows, you can see it's actually going over the line, but GPS does know just the way the grid lines are set out. So we'll keep this going, and hopefully by the end of the time lapse we have a wonderfully cultivated field. I think we're probably outside the field boundary now. Well, everything seems to be going swimmingly here, so I think what we're going to do is try and get the Merlot working, because it does have the 3-point linkage. We can hopefully run a drill with this. I know it's a telehandler, but the Merlots are very multifunctional. So I really hope that I can drill some oats with this. We've got the seed. In fact, what I would do is I'll get it to go from here. That might be better. Because then it can work it out for itself. Okay. Oh, look at that. Isn't that pretty? So, yeah, we'll get that. We'll create a job. I want it to do field work. Yes, I do. It wants to be starting there, furthest away from us. So, yeah, let's go for it. See how well it does. I hope that it can do it. I really hope that it can do it. It didn't. Oh, it's okay. It didn't do it. I'll try again. It's working, but of course it does want to do the headlands first. You can change that, but then we're not really ready for that. So I'm probably going to have to actually stop that worker again until we do have enough space on the headlands, which I know will pretty much be when we're finished, but that's just the way it is. At least it will free up this tractor to do something else. Or we could then just put this tractor onto there. It doesn't really matter. But we do also have fertilising to do, so yeah, this is probably the better machine for the spreader. Loving the GPS. Really loving it. Well, there we go. It's done, it's cultivated, and it's being drilled. We probably will swap over, I think. What we really need is another tractor. We're a little way off being able to afford that, though. See, I started off with £250,000, but that in farming is not much at all. Assets are expensive. Land is expensive. Oh yeah, you got to leave this one in lifted so it can put the stand down. There we go. Right. Spreader. We need to spread some fertilizer. And yeah, doing the drilling at the moment is slow. We don't have lots and lots of massive machinery. Just doing a few small fields will take quite some time. We'll have all the fields done though by the end of the next episode, that's for sure. And hopefully we can do something else as well. Right, so first application now. Second application if it needs it once the crop has germinated. Then we don't need to have any row crop tyres. So yeah, let me just double check to make sure we have no fertiliser currently. Indeed, no fertiliser. And all the other fields do have one application, so they only need to have... Actually, I think one of these crops, it might have been long grain rice. They only need one application. I can't remember which one it is. Maybe it was peas. I need to brush up on my new crop types. Wait for the Merlot to move. Could have started over there, I suppose, but... No, I will start over there. Although, actually, we don't need to be exactly where it is. We've got such a good working width. Yeah, which I don't know where it's going, anyway. It's off. Look at that working width. And this field doesn't require lime yet, so we haven't had to do that. Maybe it detected me because it's starting in a very strange place just there. We should have enough fertiliser. Soon we'll be harvesting our wheat. And actually the oats, they clearly don't take long to grow at all. I remember on Survival Challenge, they did not take long. They were very surprising. It's like 2 months. I think that's probably exaggerating. It's probably more like 4 months, but it was still really, really fast. Fertilising, done. So, the Merlot actually is doing quite a good job, to be honest. It's struggling a bit on the hills, but this tractor struggles on the hills. And there probably isn't much of a horsepower difference between them. What actually, it comes under medium tractors. I know, this one looks big, but it doesn't seem that powerful. It's 160, I think, if it's an 8510. Is it an 8510? It is. And the Merlot, that must be 100 and something anyway. Let's see here. 170, indeed. So, yeah, it's absolutely fine on the Merlot. We'll keep it on there. It's just, this is just how it is. It's a small drill. It's going to be slow. And that's quite a big field. It's not our starting fields. It's not one of our starting fields. I did buy that extra for over £100,000. So I guess this is where it sort of makes sense to have some rice saplings ready so that we could have put them in with the Ozeki machine, because that is now sat around doing nothing whilst the drill is busy. I'll know for next time, because I was just going to do long grain rice, as we've already done some standard rice, but really it means that the machines don't do much if we do that. I guess it's too late now? I don't know. It depends how quickly it can grow saplings of rice, but yeah, it's not going to be this month, so it is too late. Yeah, we'll know for next year. Oh, another pallet of mushrooms. Just love these pink blossom trees. Okay, so I am very tempted just to leave the Merlot going, getting that field drilled. We can see the areas which have been done. Not really a very big area yet, but it will get it done. It will get it done in its own time. So, yeah, this building here, I don't see it serving any purpose at all. We need the money, and we want to put up our own shed. So I think, although I do like decorative buildings, I think we should demolish it. I think we're going to get destructive. I did this actually on FS22. I took that hay barn down. So let's get into construction. Let's click on it. It's actually depreciating. It was 4,000 when I first looked at it. So the sooner, the better. It's gone. This is going to open up our yard. Actually, what are these? I need to find out what these are. Because they look kind of like workshops or some kind of modular building. Metal sheet garden shed. Okay. I can't go in them. So, you know, I might get rid of them as well. Oh, hang on. Ah. No, they must have a use. They must have a use, surely. Just for storing stuff. Still, don't know if I need them. Yeah, I don't really. I could get rid of one, I suppose. Anyway, we've got rid of the one which I really wanted to get rid of, and it's given us a bit of spare money. This is hopefully where we can build a shed in the future. So I haven't really looked into it yet because we've just not been able to afford it. But in Constructables, as you can see here, we do have sheds starting at £1,000. So we could just get the base. It looks like it's going to have to be that one. I'd love to go bigger, but they would have to be in field somewhere. That one isn't out of the question. Yeah, that one's not out of the question. Probably that one then. Yeah, just there would be good. Placing objects in free mode can cause issues with the functionality of the objects or vehicles, but allows more freedom of placement. It is your responsibility to flatten the terrain. Use this at your own risk. I will. I'll save the game first. I think it's probably detecting me. I'm stood there, so it's not exactly going to be saying that it's a free open area. Okay. Yes, don't expect a shed to suddenly appear for £1,000. That's not what happens. It's a construction site. We have to deliver materials to here to build it. So we need wood beams, planks, which are long, and planks. So to do this, we would need a sawmill. You might, however, possibly, I'm not sure, but you might be able to buy these materials. So if we bought them, obviously that's going to really, really speed things up. Just looking at the back, no, we do have a floater, don't we? It's floating. So we're going to have to do a bit of landscape levelling first. I will load the game. Ah, the worker has continued on its own after loading the game. Normally they just stop, so that's different. Right, so we will place that again. Yeah, you can see how it does fall away in that back corner. Thing is, construction is not cheap. It's not cheap at all. So I do worry that just levelling this area here is going to be quite expensive. Did that do anything? Oh yeah, it's just not... Oh, it might be... Yes. It might be detecting other objects nearby. Then again, it might be detecting me. Although I could be considered another object. Oh dear, right, okay. Landscaping. Change the brush size and intensity. Yeah, it's detecting me, hooray. So it's not super expensive. But at the same time, it's not super cheap. Right, we'll try that again. Let's place our constructable. This one here. Yes, it's not the best looking one either, but it's just what we can afford. And what we can fit in. Also, yeah, it looks like the fence is quite considerably further out than where the building's footprint is going to be. Because that's not where I put the building. So I don't know. See, the thing is, if I put it further forward, then yeah, that's gonna just be like in the middle of the yard, and that would be a little bit too much. Change of plan. I've decided, because it isn't really fitting in that gap perfectly, I've decided to go back on that. We'll do it at a later date when we actually have the materials handy, but that is just to show you what you can do. We can build our own farmhouse, you can build our own shed, and we will be doing. We'll definitely be doing that. But it looks like, yes, we probably shouldn't do it yet. It is not really financially wise, and it's not really the best place for it. I think we can probably expand further down there or something. So anyway, we'll leave that worky going. It will take a while, so we'll leave it going. Next episode, we'll do the rice, and then we can move on. Everything will be drilled, and we'll be just waiting for harvest. So thank you so much for watching. We're going to leave this one here. Hopefully you've enjoyed it. If you have, please do remember to subscribe, and remember to like the video if you liked it. And until next time, see you again very soon. Bye for now.